Hey guys, welcome to Conan Exiles. So today I'm going to make a small video. I had a lot of people kind of text me and ask me questions about all the different food recipes in the game. So I thought I would run around really quick and show everybody where they're at on the map and how to get them. And they're all pretty easy. It's just a matter of getting them. You know, you just find them and click on them. There's nothing real special about getting them. There's a couple that are tricky to find, but we're gonna go over it and we're gonna go to the first location and I'll show you where they're at. Okay guys, so I'm in creative mode and the first place I wanted to show you on the map is right here. We're at the summoning place. It's almost in the exact middle of the map, you know, the bottom section of the map, and we're out here in the desert and there are two recipes in here and you pick them both up at the same exact time. There's a couple little things about the summoning place that is kind of cool. So if you go, and let me get out of, let me just walk. So you can actually come up here, and this book right here, if you tap on it, it teaches you Specialist Cooking V1 and Specialist Cooking 1, which is really cool. We'll go over what they actually teach you here in a bit. So you get those two recipes, and there's a few other things you can get here too. Of course, you can get the witch doctor, which he is actually here, which is kind of crazy. And let's see if I kill him. Slow way, I guess. Sometimes he'll drop the mask. And he did. He dropped the, which we're not going to pick it up, obviously, but he dropped the mask of the witch doctor. And you know, I've killed him here a few times, and you know, I'll put that over there just so we have it. And he also, let's see, stone skinning knife. Nothing else special here. Yeah, nothing really special. Okay, so yeah, anyways, that's what you can get from the witch doctor. I have also gotten that from cages. Another thing about this is, and these are like little bonus things. I know this is a recipe one, but if you come up here and you click on this, it teaches you Skull Taker, and that teaches you all the little, all these little skull things you see sitting around all these different places. It teaches you how to make them, so you can be like, you can make a safari camp. And there's one more little note in here. While we're here, I'll just show it all. And I think we ran right by it when we came in, and it's this one. And this teaches you how new emote Spank. Okay, I didn't realize that was Spank actually. But yeah, those are the emotes you can get here. And we're right here on the map. Like I said, we're at the summoning place. And you get two recipes here, two cooking recipes. Okay guys, so the next recipe is right here. And we are at, on the map, we are at Drifter's Rest. And you just click on this little note on the bench. And you learn Specialist Cooking X. And yeah, it's just that easy. Obviously I'm in admin mode, so these guys are going to attack you, but it's a Dafari Carpenter 1 and an Exile 1. I'm sure they could be 2s or 3s also, but yeah, just be careful. Take them on one at a time. You shouldn't have any trouble at all with it. But yeah, so that's another Specialist Cooking recipe you can get. Let's see. Let me take you guys to the next one. Okay guys, our next recipe is up here. This is Flotsam. We're over by Buccaneer Bay. We're right here on the map. Yeah, right over here. Yeah, it's just right here by Buccaneer Bay. And on the table over here, which I believe it's up above. It's been a while since I've done this. But I think you just run all the way up here. It's on the very top, if I remember right. Yeah, right here. There's always the cook here, and he has a chance of dropping a cleaver that is really not that good, but there's a chance there. Anyways, this is the book. You click on it, And you learn pirate cuisine here. Yeah, and yeah, there's boxes here everywhere. This is a really good spot to just go do stuff. This guy here has a chance of dropping some stuff too. Okay, guys, so the next recipe is right up here on the Tower of the Bat, and you got to kind of climb up here. Just remember that if you do climb up, don't climb up the small side, climb up the bigger side, and it's a pretty easy climb. I think last time I climbed up the little ledges and just kind of like made my way up these little ledges and came up, and then climbed up here. And yeah, it's an easy climb. And let's see. And then once you're up here, all you gotta do is come up here and you just turn the corner right here, and it's right here. And this is Specialist Cooking VIII. So yeah. And that's the only recipe up here. And we're right here on the map. We're right there. It's the Tower of the Bat. It's in this little area, you know, big area, I should say, right here. It's actually just west of the summoning place. Yeah, but pretty easy to find. And yeah, cool. Let's go to the next one. Okay, guys, now we're at the Black Galleon right here on the map. It's right here in this little area. And we're looking for the next recipe. This is another one that's it's a little bit hidden. I'll be honest with you. See that box right up there? Well, there should be a ghost, which might not show up because I'm not in. Oh, it did. So you can climb up here. You could actually check the box. The box used to contain legendary weapons. I don't believe it does it anymore. Yeah, there's none in there. I think they removed all that stuff like a while ago. So you can climb up there and let's see, how do I do that the last time? Okay. And get the box, but if you don't need the box, you just keep on climbing. You want to get up above the box. Come over to here. And then drop down. And I usually go over to like right here and start climbing again. And you're gonna see people here pretty soon. Yeah, right there. And that's the bottom of the Black Galleon. So yeah, just so you know. And a lot of times I will set my guy down on the ground if I have a follower, because a lot of times they will go up, teleport up into that little section of the Black Galleon, and they'll get into a fight and sometimes die. So yeah, just to be aware of that. Oops. And I did not crouch. You gotta get up here and then crouch. If I remember right. There we go. It's kind of tricky sometimes. But then you get down, you crouch. That's the only way you can move around back here. There's a trunk back here. It's just got stuff in it. Nothing important. But then you gotta walk around. Oops. Come on. Why is it? Now, come on. I know it's going to let me go. I just did that. For some reason, it's been a little funky. There we go. And there's a book here. And I believe this is just a lore book. Yeah, it's just a lore book. But this little box back here actually is... You click on it, you learn the Rum Runner's recipe, which is, it's alcohol. It's a bunch of drinks. So then once you get that, you just hop down. That's all you're after anyway. I mean, obviously you don't want to hop down when you're like not in creative mode, because you will die. It's a long ways down, believe it or not. So anyways, yeah, we're right here on the map. and Black Galleon, and it's the Rum Runner's recipe, which is it's a booklet of like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different, probably more than that actually, quite a few different drinks, alcoholic drinks. Okay, guys, we're at the next one. First thing we're gonna do is right here is a book that teaches emotes. It's a little bonus, and we're right here on the map, right here at Muriel's Hope. Another thing you can always do is almost, at least in single player, I'm not sure if it's that way on servers, but you can climb this pedestal right here, and you can almost always get a tapestry of Zath here. So in case you want one of those, it teaches you the Zath religion. So just so you know. And then, actually the NPCs didn't even spawn in, which is kind of weird. But anyways, you come up here and there should be a ghost that will direct you in the place you want to go. There's a book here. Learn another emote score, which is kind of cool, I guess, you know. And then you come up here. So I guess we're learning emotes and recipes, at least some. And you keep following this bridge all the way up, and I believe out at the end of this bridge is another book. Yeah, and it teaches you Specialist Cooking VIII. So, yeah. And we're, like I said, we're right here on the map. Pretty easy one to get. You just kind of climb on up here and grab it. Not a big deal. Okay, guys, so now we're over at the den, and an easy way to get to this recipe is if you come in this side entrance over here. In my playthrough, I use this entrance quite a bit. But you come in through this side entrance. Of course, everything's going to be attacking you, so you got to like kind of fight your way through. But yeah, you come in this side entrance. Actually, there's a good chance, and they're not here right now, there's a good chance that the Black Claws will be sitting there on that bench. They're a legendary weapon. But you come in, fight your way through, bring a thrall with you. It'll make it a lot easier. Just take these guys a little bit at a time. Not too big a deal. Work your way over to the left. Go across the steps. And through here, you'll see, you know, some taskmasters over here, and you know you're going the right way. And then you come over to this little camp right here, and yeah, there's like there's a lot of crafters and stuff in here. But that wasn't a name priest, was it? No. But right here's the book. It's sitting here right on the bench, and we're right here on the map. Yeah, we're right over in here, this part of the den, and that is the den. And you just click on it, and you learn Specialist Brewing I. So, yeah. And, yeah, Specialist Brewing I. And there's all kinds of stuff you can do in here in the den. You can buy rock nose eggs. You can try to fight this guy. He drops... he's actually the boss, too, right now. I don't know if he'll drop it. We'll just kill him real quick and see what happens. And he did. He actually dropped Doom. But he's got a chance to drop Doom. He's got a chance to drop the Bestial Claws, I think is what they're called. They're not as good as the Black Claws that you find out there on the bench. And he's got a chance to drop a cleaver that is one of the best cleavers in the game. And for some reason, I cannot think of the name of the cleaver right now. But it actually looks like a stone cleaver. So if you do see a cleaver on him and it's stone, check it. Because it could be, but it's a unique. It won't be legendary, it'll be a unique one. And I, for the life of me, cannot think of the name of that. Oh well. Anyways, yeah, and then you got some guys in cages too that you can get, and there's usually a jailer over here, and I actually didn't even realize that guy in the cage was there. on top of that little pedestal. I think I've gone by him a bunch of times. And you can come up here, learn the emote. It's the belly dance emote. You can learn it just by standing here. You don't have to do anything special. So, yeah, there's a little bonus there, too. Okay, guys, now we're up at the Mounds of the Dead, and we're right here on the map up here. I'm at the top of the Mounds of the Dead, and I'm going to go in this first mound. There's quite a few different little recipes and books you can find up here. You go into this first mound right here, and you can grab a book that's sitting right here, interact with it. Specialist Cooking 1V. Yeah, it's in here. I think other than that, all there is like, just trunk. I don't even know if there's a trunk in here. There is a sorcerer in here. Yeah, I'm not sure there is a trunk in here, but there's always like lots of crafters and stuff like that. In fact, this is usually where I get my bears, because, and of course, the star medal, you can tame all these guys, or friend them, I should say, and then turn around and make them your buddies, or take their weapons and set them free. But yeah, and then when you come over here, there's another book. You click on it, teaches you the chicken emote, which is kind of cool. And actually, you know what? Let's go ahead. So once you get to this mound, you can go right down through here. You cut down here. You know, you can go all over the place. There is a Sumerian berserker. Huh, I'll be darned. So yeah, you got wandering Sumerian berserkers. Sometimes this can even be a Dalencia snow hunter. Stuff like that. Okay guys, so we're right here at this mound. On the map, it is this little mound right here. And you go in here and try not to, let's just go ahead and go into walk. And there's a book laying right here on the floor. You click on it, and it teaches you Specialist Cooking 3. And if you come over to here, and she's not there now, but a lot of times there will be a Dalencia snow hunter standing here, and you could just kind of knock her out. Now remember that all of these guys in this area of the Mounds of the Dead are like super, super tough. You don't want to just like run in here and think you're just gonna like run around and do your own thing, because they will freaking hammer you. Before you know it, you're dead, and you'll be looking for all of your stuff because you done lost it. So yeah, and then let's see, there's a little bonus book here. Yeah, you click on it. It's kind of like a little lore book. Okay guys, so we're right here at this mound right here. Yeah, it's like this little central, no, not central. It's just this little mound right there, and it's like right at the bottom of this big mound up there. But it's just a little one. There's always a wandering cook here. There's always like 1 or 2 tier 3 fighters around here too. But you just come in here, and right here on the table to the right of the door, you press interact, and it teaches you Alchemic Decor. And there's usually, yeah, a guy in here, and he's a named jailer. And there's also a guy in here too. I have gotten some decent thralls out of here, I will say that, through the cages. Do okay. I will say this though, every time that I ever come up here, and there's a chance that this could be a Dalencia snow hunter too.
Please.
But it's always, and it is this time too, it's always a bartender when I come up here. So there's a Dalencia snow hunter. There's a jailer. Why do we have 2 jailers? No, we don't have 1 jailer. Dalencia snow hunter. Yeah, so she's here too. And there's always a bearer up here. It's a good place to get a bearer, but like I said, you got a chance of getting a Sumerian Berserker up here, a Dalencia Snow Hunter up here, the Jailer's always up here, and the Jailers
Let
up
us
here at the
talk
Mounds
quickly
are
before anyone notices.
pretty tough. They will kick your ass if you're not watching what you're doing. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I think that's everything for the Mounds of the Dead as far as recipes go. And there's a couple little bonus recipes I threw in there too. But the two cooking recipes that are up here are the ones you kind of want to get. And then there is another recipe way out here at the Obelisk. We'll just fly out here. And this is the one that everybody always seems to miss because they can't seem to find it. But when you touch the Obelisk, and I am going to, I'm going to get into walk mode. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I want to walk. So anyways, if you touch the Obelisk like you normally would, the recipe is right here in the grass, and if you interact with it, it's Specialist Brewing II. It used to be, I will say this, it used to be a lot harder to see in Legacy Conan than it is now in Enhanced, but it's still, you know, if you teleport in and you're got all this corruption floating around and you just kind of look around a little bit, you could overlook that one like really quick. But it's right here, and it's at the Obelisk, you know, right here on the mound. You just got to kind of look around. It's there, but yeah. Okay, guys, so the next recipe on our list is right here. This one is one of the trickier ones you gotta find. So you gotta come down here into this little area right here. And we're right here on the map. It's kind of like the broken, I don't know, I guess it's an aqueduct or bridge or something. And you gotta climb it. I think the easiest way to climb it is to climb up this edge, if I remember right. And then from there you can climb like up and around, and I don't know, I can't remember how exactly I used to do it, but it's not that hard of a climb. But once you get up here on the top, the recipe is right here, and it teaches you Specialist Cooking 2. So yeah, we're right here on the top of this tower. I can't really zoom in the best. That's the best I can do, but yeah, I don't know, maybe that helps. But yeah, right there on, what is that? Would be E, just off the left side of E9, right there. And you just zoom in, and yeah. And the easiest way to tell is right there's the den. So I usually, when I'm here at the den, I usually go up. Let's see, up through here, and then you can run down this edge and come to this tower, and it'll take you to that. And New Asgarth is up there too, and all that stuff. But this one's not that hard to really get to. Like I said, you just got to do a little climbing, and if you have your stamina decently up there, you shouldn't have any trouble getting up there at all. Okay, guys, so the next recipe is right here at Leon's Watch. And we're right here on the map. We're way over here by the lake. There's a big tower here. You'll be able to see, and there's just a way to walk right down along the tower. You can come right down here. Yeah, and there's a bunch of people in here. Some of them are, you know, I think there might be a crafter here. There's a jailer. Sometimes you can interact with this backpack that's sitting here on the side. There's Leon, who is over here. And I'm trying to remember where exactly the book is. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, I knew it was here somewhere. I was thinking it was sitting right over here, but it's actually right over here. Gosh, I haven't even clicked on this in my playthrough yet because I totally forgot about it. But you click on that, that's Specialist Cooking 1X. Like I said, there's always a guy in a cage. I don't know if, yeah, I don't have a key, but yeah, you know, we got Jailer there, and of course Leon, and I think that is about it. There might be a box. Of course, you get a Leon's box, you got to get one Leon. There's always a box here, and it's always got just the odd stuff. Yeah, you know, just a good place to go check for thralls. I think this is like one of the better places to obviously get a Leon. But, you know, then you can always get this bear pack. It's not always there, but a lot of times it is. And every once in a while, you'll find another named person down here, too. But, okay, guys, so the last recipe that I want to show you guys is right here. And we are right up here at the Trapper's Cabin, right here along this big lake, in between the small lake and the bigger lake. Yeah, right above the den here. And basically, and I'm glad it's daylight now. You just come in, and of course you're going to have to defeat these guys. Yeah, there's a jailer here. There's usually some kind of archer. A couple other guys wandering around just outside of camp too, I believe, if I remember right. I don't know where they're at. I think there's more than 2 guys here, though, if I remember right. Yeah, there's this guy behind here. He's another archer. Obviously, there's a cage, and I thought there was one out here somewhere. Maybe there is only 3 guys here. I don't know for sure. There's at least 3 for sure. I could have swore there was a 4th one wandering around here somewhere. And every once in a while, I think there's actually even a, yeah, right there, a white wolf. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. He did not aggro to me because I'm in, obviously, creative mode. So yeah, but he will aggro if you go around this building. By the time you get to this guy, usually the white wolf will be over here too, trying to attack you, so be careful of that. Anyways, you just come over to this bench and click on it, and it's Specialist Cooking V, and yeah, that is it. That is all 10 Specialist Cooking books and all 3 brewing books, which, by the way, I should have mentioned this when I was over there, but over at the Black Galleon, the book, when you got to crawl up in there and you grab the little book out of the box, you actually have to go into your inventory after you loot the box, and the recipe, Rum Runner's Valid Secret Recipe, is right here, and you just click on it and you use it. And it teaches you Specialist Brewing 3 is what it does. Just so you know. I actually grabbed it and forgot to put that in there. So, anyways, yeah. Let's go take a look at all these recipes. Okay, guys, so I came back down to the New River and set up a couple of stoves. The only place you can actually make these recipes is in the stoves. You either got to make the regular stove or the improved stove. I believe the only thing that's different between the regular stove is, let me look at aloe. Let's see, it takes 1 and 1. Let's look at something a little more. Sumerian Feast takes 1, 1, and 1. And I think that's the same for this one over here. Sumerian Feast, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, I think it's just the time. Obviously, the improved stove holds more too. It's got more slots down here. But it's faster at cooking it than this one. And then if you get a tier 4 cook, I think that makes it even faster, and, you know, stuff like that. So, you know, definitely you definitely want a tier 4 cook at some point. But anyways, let's take a look at these recipes. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. Actually, let's do it this way first. Let's see. If you go into the inventory, you go over to knowledge, go over to survival, and you scroll down. Okay, so we got Pirate Cuisine, which gives you all the fiery hot stuff. You got the fiery hot meat soup, you know, just all this stuff. And it's great for in the cold zones and stuff like that. And then you go to, let's see, Specialist Brewing I. It has a little bit of other things. Absinthe, that's for keeping you warm. I think it gives you like, now don't quote me on this, you'll have to look in the stove, but I believe it's like +3 or 4 against the cold. Honey wine, I believe, is a healing one. And Pecos rum, you know, I'm not even sure about that one. I don't use that very often, so I'm not sure what that one does. But it'll be in the stove, and you guys can all kind of look it up after you get the recipes. And same with Brewing II. They all have their own little things that they can do. You know, fire water, another healing one, I'm sure. Shroom brew. Yeah, I'm not real sure what that does. All these have to be crafted in the fermenting barrel too, by the way. It'll say right there, crafted in the fermenting barrel. No. And then of course you got jungle grog. I think that's a stamina one. Desert grog. I don't remember what that one is. You know what? Let's do it this way. Let's put down a fermenting barrel so we can get kind of a look at what's going on here. So, okay, so there you go. Absinthe gives you +4 in for cold, so it helps you with cold. You got ale, it gives you +2 to heat. Cactus wine +1. Desert grog +2 to heat. Desert rum +4, so that's actually a pretty good one for the heat area. Desert wine +3 to heat. Fire water gives you +4 to cold. Highland wine +3 to cold. You know, just, and then some of it's just healing. The honey wine's healing. Jungle grog is a agility weapon damage. Stamina for the jungle rum. Yeah, just cold protection for the mead. A lot of these are just cold protection or heat protection. Yeah, that's what most of those are actually, cold and heat protection. So yeah, that's kind of what all the different rums do. And then in, let's see. So all the different rums do that, and yeah, they're all here. And then we got the foods, and there's 10 of these recipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they all give different buffs too. You just got to kind of look at them and see what you want, and then choose which buffs you want to put on you and your followers. So yeah, you know, you got all kinds of stuff. Actually, this one actually does cleansing brew, which cleanses you against corruption, and then it probably does, let's see, and then, let's see, nope, that's berry juice. All brew, yeah, there's some brews in the cooking recipes too. And I can't remember where it's at. But yeah, they all just give different buffs, stuff like that. This one actually gives you the Potion of Endowment too, which is made in the Alchemy bench. This is the one that came from the jungle, Specialist Cooking X. It, yeah, all the feasts and stuff like that are decent. You know, you got berry juice. Berry juice, I think one's made from Highland berries, the other one's made from desert berries. Aloe soup, it's healing. Some of these don't work that great. You know, some of this is just food, bush jerky, salted, you know, durable. There you go, desert chili, it helps with +4 cold. Sumerian Feast, I like the Sumerian Feast. They give you food and water, and then they also give you a +50 armor. The Cleansing Brew takes away corruption, and then we got the Corrupting Brew, and it gives corruption. And, you know, yeah, then you got some that are just regular foods. They don't really do much of anything. That's a feast, so it will probably give you food and water also. Some of these you want to give to your thralls. This one, Exotic Feast, strength weapon damage 15%. You can feed it to your thrall, or, you know, and stuff like that, or you can eat it. Same with all these other ones. You just got to kind of look through and see what you want. There you go. Feast of Jabal Sog, which you actually have to, and I'm not sure why that is in here. I must have everything opened up. Feast of Jabal Sog comes from religion. These are all the religion feasts. You got to take your religions up to tier 4, and I kind of forgot about that actually. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different religions, 6 different feasts. But you, like I said, you got to up your religion to get those ones, and they're okay. I mean, some of the other feasts that you can get from the recipes are actually better. The Jabal Sog one actually gives you underwater breathing, which is kind of cool. And then one stamina. I think these all give stamina regen, actually, if I remember right. Ymir just gives you +4 to cold, and Yogg gives you stamina regen. Yeah, a lot of them are just stamina regen and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, guys, so you just got to kind of go through and see what you want when it comes to this stuff. Just play around with it, find out what works for you, whatever you like. You just start using it. You use it on you, use it on your thralls, you know, all that stuff. But anyways, guys, I hope this helped. I don't do a lot of these guides, and I think I'm going to start doing more of them. But yeah, I kind of hope it helped. But that is all of the cooking recipes and all of the brewing recipes that you can find over here on the Exiled Lands. Yeah, anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you. If you ended up liking the video, do me a big favor, like, share, and subscribe to me on YouTube or follow me on Twitch. All my subscribers, I just want to tell you guys are freaking awesome. Same with all you guys that watch my videos. If you haven't subscribed, do me a big favor and subscribe, because I absolutely love all the comments you guys are doing and all this stuff. It actually gives me more and more ambition to keep making videos, and I just love it. I love all you guys, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.